Here are a few examples from the Boom cards assignment. It might help if you write these on paper and then go to the cards, but just know if you start with the cards and you get frustrated that this would be a good place to start to sort of get the ball rolling and increase your confidence. So the first one I want to look at here is just an example where we're just deciding if a statement is true or false. So this one says angles 1 and 2 are supplementary. Remember, what does supplementary mean? Supplementary means the two angles add up to be 180 degrees. Or another way to think of this is that they would form a line. So like here's angle 1, here's angle 2. So these two angles together do not make a line. And so are they supplementary? Nope. So this would be false. This one here is similar. This says 3 and 6 are vertical angles. So remember, vertical angles are angles that are across from each other, and they're formed by two lines. So here, when I look at angle 3, I see angle 3 is made up of the two rays that I just did in blue, and angle 6 is made up of those two. So I have to just make sure, are these in fact two lines? So I'll highlight here. So, yep, there's one line. There's another line, they're across from each other, so this one is true. Next up, we're just stating which angle would be supplementary to BCE. So BCE, angle BCE is right here. So to be supplementary means that it would form a line. So the other angle that would form a line would be made by this yellow piece here. So that would be these two rays. And to name it, I would use E, C, and D. So angle E, C, D is supplementary to angle BCE. If I'm not sure if the Boom cards will accept this in either direction, but just know that angle DCE is also correct. Now we're going to say which ones are complementary. So complementary means that they add up to be 90 degrees or form that right angle, you know, with the box like we see right here. So let's see, we got angle BCE. And then angle what would make a 90-degree angle? Well, the 90-degree angle would be right here. So what is that other side? It's this right here. And so to name that, we would use E, C, and F. So angle ECF, or just like before, you should be able to switch that order. Now we're getting into some algebra. So this says that angle KLJ and angle JLM are a linear pair. So that means they make a line. That means they're supplementary. That means when you add them together, they would equal 180 degrees. So for the sake of writing this in a way that makes sense, I'm going to say that this angle right here, angle KLJ, I'm just going to call angle 1, and I'm going to call this guy over here angle 2. So if they make a linear pair, that means angle 1 plus angle 2 would add up to equal 180 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace angle 1 with what it equals. So it equals 6x plus 12, and angle 2 is 4x plus 8, and they equal 180. So to solve here, all we're doing is going to combine like terms. So here's our x's. So now we've got 10x. Then we've got 12 plus 8, which would be 20. So then equals 180. Subtract 20. I'm going to keep writing down here. So then that would be 10x equals 160. Divide by 10. And x is 16. Now they didn't ask for just x, they want the two angles. So angle KLJ is this angle right here that I'm highlighting in yellow. So what I have to do is replace x with what I now know it equals. So now we're going to have 6 times 16 plus 12, and that will be the angle. So let's see here, 6 times 16 is 96. And then we add 12 to that, and that's 108. And then angle JLM's very similar here. We just replace the x. So this will be 4 times 16 plus 8. And so let me show you what I was looking at there. I'm replacing what's highlighted here in green. That's what I'm looking at to get those numbers. So then 4 times 16 is 64. And 64 plus 8 is 72. So there's the other angle. And I'm looking at these, you guys, and this makes sense. 108 plus 72 is, in fact, 180 degrees, so I know I did this correctly. Next up, we have number 6. Or sorry, not number 6. I'm looking at my slides here. One that's about complementary angles. So for complementary, that means that they add up to be 90 degrees. So in this case, it would be like taking, we'll call this angle 1, this angle 2. It's like saying angle 1 plus angle 2 would equal 90, but I know angle 1 is 5x. I know angle 2 is 13x. So now to solve, we just combine like terms. 18x equals 90. And we divide by 18. And x would be 5. And then we plug that back in. So here, this would be 5 times 5. So that's 25. And over here, we'd have 13 times 5. And that's 65. And we just gotta make sure we put them in the right spot. So the first angle is WZX. So that one is 65. And angle XYZ is 25. And when I look at these, if I were to add these together, 65 and 25 is 90. And then last up, we've got a ray that's bisecting an angle. So a reminder that bisect means that you are splitting the angle in half, which means the two parts would be equal. So here you see we've got one arc and one arc. That means they're the same. So here would just be 3x plus 3 equals 2x plus 10. And we just have to solve. So I get that x equals 7, and then they want angle PRS. So notice PRS is the whole thing. So I got to put 7 in. I'm going to do it up here. We'll have 3 times 7 plus 3. So that's just replacing the x with 7. So this is 21 plus 3, which is 24. And so this piece right here, this is 24, but because the ray is a bisector, this down here is also 24, so the whole angle is 48 degrees.